Okay, so that is actually we called as declare expressions. Okay, like declare rules. So that I started. So declare rules are like that. You need to define it only once. Okay, you no need to call the or reference the same functions again and again. So what it really does that, like it will do the all like your calculations or actually refreshing, all that will be done by Pega itself. So that you need to just declare it and forget it. Actually, like whatever the things actually need to be done later, it can be done by Pega. Okay. So in Pega there are 6 categories of the declare rules. Okay. So normally, like if you say 6 type of declare rules. Okay. Declare expression. Okay. Declare constraint. And declare on change. Declare trigger. Then declare index. And finally data page. Okay. So data page we have seen actually like what are the features which is there in the data pages. Okay. And so we'll talk about one of like all of them now. So this on change and trigger. Okay. This is a little advanced concept. So I'm not going to cover this one is here. This is actually part of the higher course. So this is actually not going to be covered. Okay. And I'm going to cover all other 3. Expression, constraint, index. So data pages we have already covered. Okay. So yeah, expressions, right? So expression, what do you mean by expression, right? So you want to calculate some values or you want to get some decisions based on some values or based on some of the properties, right? So you have to like see, you know area is equal to like length into the breadth, right? So you know the formula. Anytime you want that, like anytime you need it, you want to just like if you want to the area, you need to know length and breadth of that, right? And actually if you say you are buying the item, like the price is 1000 and you want to buy 5 quantity of it, right? So the total quantity of the line item should be 5000. So that should be automatically calculated. Okay. And if you are buying 10 items, the sum should be calculated automatically of that. So that actually your total amount should be calculated as well, that one automatically. So that type of things we can achieve from the declare expression rules. So that's the expression. Some of the expression if you want to calculate by system, you can declare that is a declare expressions. Okay. Constraint is like if you like the name suggests, right? You want to put some validation across the property. So that time we can define the declare constraint rule. So when we'll discuss about constraint rule, we'll talk about more detail about the constraint rule after that. Okay. I'll just discuss about the on change and trigger rule. Okay, what is actually the benefit of that? So if you say you are saving something, your work object in database, right? So many times actually like it should be related with the, it should trigger something else as well. Okay. So the triggering of that is actually required, some actions need to be taken after that. So when you are committing to the database, when you are saving the database, when you are deleting something from the database, you need to trigger something, right? So that time we can go for declare trigger rules. So if you want to take some actions, you can invoke an activity to do that. Okay. So that's the declare trigger rule will be used for that. And on change rule is at least doesn't work with the database operation. If you're changing the property, right? Actually, if you're in a clipboard, initially you made the quantity 5, okay? and later you change the quantity to 10. So it need to be checked that if it is there in the inventory or not, right? On changing the quantity itself, like you want to say like in your product, and he cannot order more than 5, right? At the moment, if you want to deliver only 5, so if you want to change that to more than 5 to 10, right? So you need to invoke an activity to change that some of the critical fields so that you can able to validate that one before itself. So that time declare on change rule can be invoked. Okay. Yeah. Index. I'll talk about this one actually later because I'm not talked about the databases, right? So without database information, we'll not about to learn about the index. So I'll tell you about this index also later. So today's more focus will be expressions. Okay, how we are going to calculate the declare expressions. Okay, yeah. So yeah. So expressions. Now there are two ways, right? So now it's like told, right? Area equal to length into breadth. So if you don't know the length, can you calculate area? No, right? So what you can need to do? You need to get the first eclipse. You need to check if that value is there or not. If it is not there, you will ask like try to get the values of that first to calculate this one, right? The main value, target property. So that you have one target property, you have source property. So if you have all the source property to calculate the target, okay, then it actually become forward chaining. Actually, there is like how you calculate the values in Pega. So declare expression works in two different chaining. Okay, forward chaining, backward chaining. Okay. So what is mean by forward chaining and backward chaining? So if you have your input like your source, you are changing and you are going to calculate the target of that. So this is actually straightforward, like you are doing the forward chaining to calculate the values of your target property. Okay. So this is become forward chaining. And why it is called a chain? So if you say if I'm say A equal to B plus C, okay, B equal to some D plus E is equal to C plus D, okay, something and D equal to you say D plus E. No, that cannot be done. That becomes circular. F
B minus E.
Yeah, okay, wait. B minus anything. It's
B
like
minus.
but Jacob, what did you say?
I said B minus E. D will equal to B minus E.
No, what will going to happen with that, right?
Hmm.
Actually, because both B and E is calculating that. Let's see,
Oh,
both
okay.
B and has D. So what will happen? Actually, like it will be circular. Actually, a D will change, again B will change, again D will change again, then B
Okay,
will
okay,
calculate
okay,
again and
okay.
again.
You will reset everything each time, each cycle.
Yeah, that will become circular. So that will create a problem actually because Pega will confuse with that like how they are going to get the value later. So this will create deadlock because see when actually I'm giving B minus E, okay.
Mm.
So what will going to happen? So for B is depend on D plus E, right?
Mm.
It will calculate D from here. Again, it will calculate B from again and again.
Yeah, I got it.
The value will keep on changing for both of them. Okay, so here actually I'm just using two more variable f plus w. Okay, so now if you see actually I'm changing the value of d. Okay, so all will be going to be in chaining way. So first it will calculate d. Okay, from I change f, so it's changed the d. From the d it changed the e. From e is changed the b. From b is changed the a once again.
Mm.
Okay, so that's the chaining will happen from that. So that's it. Like normally this is it, like because we don't just create for single expression. You can create a. So if you say you have list of items, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are calculating. You have 10 list items. Okay, amount one. Okay, like that you have amount two, amount three. Like that you have multiple things, right? So if you change any one of them, your total amount will be changed. So if you see total amount, right?
Yeah.
You need to get the total amount from that. So if any one of them changes, you need to calculate the total amount once again. So this type of expression normally, like it's actually if you are changing any one of this amount, the total amount will change automatically.
Yes.
Okay. So this is your forward chaining. Okay. And if you have to calculate total amount, and that is dependent on all these three. Okay. So that is there is Pega one more type of chaining we call as backward chaining. Okay.
Oh,
This
okay.
is actually
I get it. Okay.
okay. So in this format, like now, I'll tell you from the below example. I need the value of A, but I don't know if actually I have all the variables to calculate the value of A or not. So what actually I'll see in the backward chaining, what's the formula for B plus C? If B or C is available or not. So I got not B is there or not. So for B, I'm going to calculate the B or B is D plus E. So I'll check if D or E is available or not.
Okay, I get it.
So
So
that's
that's
actually like you can say opposite direction, like top to bottom or bottom to top.
yeah.
Okay.
So
So
the
that's actually like,
B plus C is forward chaining.
sorry, Vijay, 1 minute.
A plus B plus C is backward chaining. I mean, right?
I'll just use my earphone. It was yeah. Now it will be better. Yeah, Jacob. Sorry, actually I was not using
I'm
the.
saying
Mhm.
amount one, amount two, amount three equal total is forward
Yes.
chaining. Backward chaining is A plus B, A equal B plus C, correct?
No.
Yeah,
It's
correct,
not.
correct,
That's
correct.
correct.
Whatever he's telling, correct. Yeah.
Forward chaining is basically we're going to go from 1, 2, 3, and then we get the total amount. So we have the values and we just go to the end. We sum in it. I think backward chaining is when you go, you don't know unknowns until you start from the bottom, you come backwards.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
You
that's correct.
not get B and C because B is later and then E is later as well, correct?
yeah, that's right. So how we are going to do that? Actually, Pega has actually the methods is there. So when we are defining a declare expression rule, right? So there
I
actually
can't
we have
hear
to
you.
sorry.
I can't hear you.
Now not able to hear yet?
Now it's better. It's better.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. So let's see how we can going to calculate this one. Okay. How we can go for create a declare expression rule. So we have created the yeah. So this is the line item price, right? So okay, for this one, actually like for the time being, I'm making that as a editable field. Okay, so I can put the values here from myself. Okay, I made it editable as of now. So I can calculate this line item price. Okay. For this line item price, what I'm going to do is, so this will be the multiplication of these two, product price and product quantity. Okay. So what we can do is, we are going to create a declare expression rule for this one. Okay. So if you see it here, like Pega has actually one more option to how you can go for creation of the. So if you go to the property, you have purchase. We are using 1 minute. E.get purchase. This is a page list. Yeah. Okay. So if you say I want to calculate the line item prices. Okay. So you can see it like define expression. Okay. So click onto that. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So here if you like, if you say calculate line item price. So here if you like say, it's going to use the page context of that purchase. Okay. So this is actually very much important. It's like when we are using this page context, it's like because the line item will be there in multiple places. So where you want to use that, the context provide that details. Yeah. So there actually you want to give that calculate of dot product price multiply with product quantity. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I need to change the type of them. Okay. Actually, I define them as text. Okay. We change that one here. Yeah. Okay. So we'll change that to it's not giving the option to change it again. It should give, yeah. Product price, I'm making as a decimal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now it's become decimal. Okay. Quantity I'm making as,
Well, quantity too got to be price, right?
yeah,
Okay.
that's the price.
Okay.
And this is I'm making it integer.
Okay.
Okay. Where is the line item? Line item is not showing here. Uh, why line item is missing here? If you see it here in the app, I can see line item within that. It's just the purchase only. This is strange. One minute. Yeah, line item prices are there, but here I'm not able to see the line item prices because this should be defined within that class itself. It's actually part of that only. Why that property is not okay? Because this property also should be decimal. Fine. Okay. Anyway, this is there, so it's fine. Okay. Yeah. So now we are able to save that. quantity is still on text. Okay. It's not saved yet.
The mark is saved.
Yeah, now it's saved.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's actually done. Okay. And one more thing, actually, like if you say we want to get the total as well, right? So let's say we want to going to we have the property, the total amount, right? Total amount, we want to define an expressions. Okay. So here you have an option of sum of, minimum of, maximum of. Okay. So if you say you want to get the sum of that. Okay. So I want to use the purchase. Okay. So that's the line item prices. Okay. The property was at more page, where publication was expecting more. Here we can write the functions. Okay, actually in place of that we can go for some math functions. So normally most of that functions are actually like we are not using. So if you say maths, oh no, actually like there is Pega has some page list type of the properties. Oh, that's the property. So if you see some actually like let's say we'll check for some of the functions which is available in Pega with the sum. Oh, only one is there. Actually this is not going to work. There's the count in page list, index in page list is in page list, length of page list. No. Just give me 1 minute. Expressions, sum of just you need to write in this way here. So I'm not going to use this purchase. Okay, I'm defining it here. So it's trying to get the purchase. One minute.
Mukesh, can you speak a little louder?
Is it better now?
Yeah. Now it's fine. I think
Okay,
you are.
fine. So we have purchase. Yeah. So now what actually we need to do is we need to define the purchase class here. Okay. So here we need to define the engage hyphen data purchase. Oh, same thing is happening. Invalid expression or reference error final change tracking to calculate values. Oh, that's actually whenever input changes, maybe we need to do that. 1 minute. Can't be converted into the desired type. Okay, I'll come back to this one. Okay. Sum of purchase line. Okay. Let's see actually how it's working for the first one. Okay, first one actually we have done. So let's we do with new application. Launch manager. Okay. Yeah. So now, oh, did not I save that sections? Yeah. Let's save it. Prototypes. No, it's not saved yet. I'm not editable. It's I'm looking the correct. Why exactly it's still showing in read only? Select product zero purchase. That's the section. As something is not correct today. It should be displayed, actually made it editable only every time. Still it's showing in read only. Ah, okay. I'm going to do is actually one more field, but that will okay. I'm deleting this one actually for time being here, and I did it once more. I'm just adding it here, so that will help me to get that one. Why is it taking? Oh, this is the label only. I think I'm not in product price. Okay. Let's see now what actually it's going to work here. Yeah. Okay. So now basically like I'm writing product price is 12, product quantity is 10. So you can see that line item price is auto calculated with that. Right? So if we say we have 1000, we can give it 10. Okay. So it becomes 10,000. Okay. So that's actually like the how the declared expression rule. So I was trying to get the sum of these three. So whatever the items will be add, there will be a total field at the bottom which will be displayed you the total sum of it. So we'll see that how we can going to do that. So that's actually we are facing some issues in the format of that. So this is working fine. Okay. So actually like when we are giving the product price, product quantity, it will auto calculate the values. Yeah. So now we are going to see this one. Okay. 1 minute. I just want to refer anywhere if I can get something reference to the same. I'm doing one mistake on the expression. So these are all actually you can see existing rules for the declare expressions.
I think it was the type, because the type on the first page you just changed was coming conflict as a text. That's probably the case. Now that you've changed it, if you redo it, it may work.
1 minute.
I think this one here, the purchase, if you save this again, it may work, because the line item price was not working because one of the variables was coming across as a.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
let's.
because it's depend on to the line item prices.
Yes.
do I need to define this variable in lower class? Might be that should be need to be done. This variable I'm trying to use the actually normally I'm using the implementation layer here. Let's I think I need to do one change. I need to define this into the implementation layer. Okay, mainly like because I'm going to use this disclosure with the from there, and just discarded it. Okay, and then this total amount I'm saving that into the there also in the purchase work in the purchase class. Okay. So let's going to create the expressions within that now. See, here it doesn't give any issue.
Yep.
Actually, that's the, I think the context was different there. So it was not working as expected. Okay. So let's see, we are going to, not here, because this is the repeat grid, and then we have the user interface, then we have select product. Okay. Okay, convert into okay. So the purchase date. So okay, we can set this to okay. Fine. So here I'm going to use it one layout, and there I'm just going to display the total amount. Okay.
Mm.
Directly I'm making as read only. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And we can go in. Now we can rephrase the same. Yeah, now you can see the total amount is coming. We can format that little bit. Let's see how it's working. Now you can see that amount total is calculated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see.
Okay, yeah, it's coming right here.
Yeah, so that actually say 3. So that amount is auto calculating.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, good.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
so that's it, like your declare expression. You can do the calculations on that. Okay, so now
Okay,
I'll show you again one more.
I got the
Yes, sir.
first part, but the total amount part, I don't think I understood exactly. But I did get the item and the something. So how do you
Yeah.
add the total amount to the UI? Can we just go back to that a little while?
Yes, because actually the total part, yeah, it will take because I use one of the advanced concept of it. Okay, so it will take some time. Actually, I explain you now. Okay, so what we did is here actually I was total amount. Okay, I have many line items. So if you change the line items also, it will calculate that values as well. Okay, so if you see now, I have defined the total amount here, right? So this is the expression I wrote. Okay, so what I can do is,
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Uh-huh.
you're
Yeah,
not able to hear me?
Mukesh. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, keep your headphone directly. Yeah, it was
Okay,
very
fine,
low.
fine. So now, if you see like I'm trying to run it, okay?
Mhm.
So actually, see, because the declare rules, what we are doing is right. So it will show you now in this way. See, it's showing you line purchase one, line item zero, product price. So you can add multiple here. So let's say like if you want to change the view, you can change the view of it. So it is like in a view like structure now. I think I can add more product. Wait, if you see the option, add more items. This is org structure. If you can see that, so the maximum. Okay, if I click here,
Okay, I got it.
so now I feel like if you want to test it, this is for testing purpose. So this is actually we normally called as dependency network in Pega. So here, actually, like what I'm doing is, like you have multiple line items. I think I have option to copy that. Actually, no, it's not giving me the option to copy that. So normally it's actually for one item only it's showing it here. So see, actually like I give the 10, okay, and I give the quantity as 4, okay.
Mukesh, can't hear you. Mukesh?
Now it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now it is fine. And something is
Oh,
happening your side.
I think I submit. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Fine. Sorry. So this way, I think yeah, you can test your the one part of it. So this is actually we normally call as dependency framework. So here you can see what are the labels you want, actually how the values is getting calculated. We are able to calculate the declared expressions, how the value will be comes on that one. So this can be used as a run framework. Okay. So this is actually like, I'll actually the time comes, I'll explain you that as well. When actually change the context of that, right? So now it's like I'll tell you about this, the calculate value. Okay, you have whenever input changes, like if your input is changing, you are going to calculate the target. So that becomes your um, back forward chaining. And actually, like if you, there is no value present, whenever the property is missing, whenever used, all this use the backward chaining. In this scenario, that use actually to do the calculation as the backward chaining. Okay. And when input changes is only the forward chaining, all the other three are the backward chaining. Okay, and these two are actually are recently added as a part of the collection rule. So that's actually again some of the advanced concept. So we can skip that two part now. Okay, So this is actually whenever input changes, when we are doing it, it's a forward chaining calculation. When we are doing the other three, it will be backward chaining calculation. Okay, so context, again, it's required time to understand this bit. So declared expression is simple, but some of the complexities are there with the context setting. Okay, so if you say regardless of any page, so whenever you have referred that property, it's going to calculate that. And if you want to restrict that only to the applies to class, so then it will going to use this option. Okay, so that I did. Actually, currently what was happening is I was using in the work class, and I'm referring the property into the implementation class. So the implementation class property cannot be reused from the your framework class. So I need to move that my uh, declare expression rule into the implementation layer as well. Earlier I was creating into the work group level. So in the work group I cannot use this property because that's the below level of it. So I need to define in the same place of the page group or page list here itself. So that's why I moved into total amount. Okay, so that's actually like we want to cover as the declare expression rule. Okay, and we'll continue on Monday then now. Okay. Okay, so we'll continue on Monday. So this is actually like the declare expression rule. We can write expressions in, I think the values are more actually removed. Actually this all also they have removed in the more actually advanced version. They have removed more of them also. They are actually like saying that you can use the functions. So for this actually like whatever the thing, you can define the more functions now. So we'll continue on Monday. Okay. Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.